Something that definitely needs to be taken into consideration during your baby's first few months is overstimulation. Some babies can handle more stimulation than others, and it really depends on your baby's personality and temperament, and of course, how sleepy they are. So if your baby is aware and awake and you're singing and playing and having lots of fun, and then your baby like snap all of a sudden is tired and fussy and cranky and not paying attention and just like dozing off, then they're probably overstimulated, and that is a sign and a signal that it's time to calm things down, quiet down the house, and if it's the end of a wake window, start that routine for nap time or bedtime. When some babies are overstimulated, they might show signs of being overstimulated by pushing their toys away or just general fussiness. They may be sucking on their fingers, rubbing their eyes. So a lot of these sleepy cues are telling you that your child is overstimulated and that it's time to dim things down, quiet things down, and start getting ready for the next phase of your child's day, which is probably a nap or bedtime. If you're noticing that your baby is overstimulated and it is not time for sleep, so maybe they did just wake up from a nap and it's not time to go to sleep yet, but perhaps you're at a family gathering where there's a lot of people around and you're just noticing that your baby is getting fussy, but he's not quite tired yet. So what you want to do is just take your baby by yourself to a quiet, dim, dark room and either feed your baby, read a book with your baby, or just sit quietly holding your baby closely, rocking your baby, and just loving on your baby and just kind of detoxing from all the overstimulation. And I know that adults can feel this way too, so imagine how a teeny tiny baby is feeling when there's just a million people in their face all day long. All right, now let's jump over to my computer and look at some of the sleepy cues that I have written out for you, and you definitely can print this one out. All right, so we talked about some typical baby sleepy signs, and of course, I have another printable for you. So I want you to print this out. This one is very important to have on hand. So if you're not sure why your baby might be eye rubbing or yawning or just getting a little bit extra fussy, maybe they're making these noises or like yelling cries and like gradually increasing in frequency and length. So maybe like, okay, I'm going to imitate a baby here. It may start off as just a quick little cry like, ah! And then it might turn into more active crying with, wah, wah, wah. Then like your baby is overtired. I do not like my fake baby cry is not my moneymaker, but if your baby has a decrease in activity or a loss of interest in playing, or if they're looking away from stimulation, then you know it is bedtime. And of course, all of these things will correlate with your baby's wake windows. So you'll be able to notice, hey, baby's rubbing her eyes and it's been about 40 minutes and she's like 2 weeks old. Then you know that you have about 5 to 10 minutes to get that nap time routine going and start nap time. Of course, if it's bedtime, then you start your bedtime routine and then go to bed. All right, make sure to print this out. Hope it's helpful.